fruit or anything with seeds, when it replenishes itself. You can take those seeds out of it and plant it in the ground, and I guarantee you, if you water it every day, it'll grow. It will grow. I know they done told you, oh, you got to be in a certain area because the seeds won't grow. That's a bunch of poppycock. If you plant that seed and you take care of it and you nourish it and you water it like you're supposed to, it will grow. Don't let nobody tell you no different. It will grow. So we have to understand you got a lot of things here that are, here, like I said, by the Creator. You know, you got greens, you got different, Gloria, she showed me a lot of stuff. I ain't even know what it was in my backyard. That, you know, would help me. That was the herb.
That's right. Everything is here that we need that'll do us good. I wanted to comment on the cayenne.
Go ahead.
It has been used to dissolve blood clots.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
I remember a herbalist I knew some years back had a blood clot. I'm trying to think. It might have been in his leg, and he would do that cayenne daily. Make a tea out of it.
Right.
And he continued till that clot was dissolved. The pain went away, the swelling went away. I think he had got a clot in maybe in his arm. The formation of a clot, you know, when you look at the clot, if you were to open it up and see what it was in the clot, it would be a powdery substance. Blood is around it, yes, because it's in the blood. But a lot of it is the powders and additives that we're eating, the ingredients. Once it get in your blood, it's going to hinder the flow of it. And there's so much of as we continue to consume these things, however we eat them or drink them, those powders collect, and then they're circulated throughout the body. And they tend to lodge more so-called gravity in the lower parts. So that cayenne has been good for dissolving these things. You look at if you go back and look at some of the history of diseases before man started fooling with stuff, with this merchandising, some of those diseases didn't occur until later when people had a lot of access to what we eat and drink and add their different additives. Then you start seeing a lot of diseases peak. Blood pressure, you know, they wreak havoc with that one. You know, everybody and their mama concerned about that one, and they fear that one like it's some kind of a boogeyman. You know, I was telling you, Borden's was one that kind of set with the normacy of height and weight, you know, and some of their colleagues on what's normal blood pressure, what isn't normal blood pressure. You know, that was before they had the cuff. I mean, what was the blood pressure? That wasn't even something that was unheard of. A couple of people that needed some money come up with a way to make money and design a cuff and design the stethoscope and some other things, and they have not looked back. They're rich today. Mm-hmm. Some of the names of different things got their name in it. So let the fear go, and people just look it up. Since you have access to the computer or your phone, got all that information, look up the root cause of the blood clot. Look up the stuff, you know, so we're not so afraid of everything and worrying. That worrying will kill you faster than anything you take. You scared, this going to cause it. What's my blood pressure? And you're checking your blood pressure. Running here, checking this, and running back, checking that. You know, if you get angry, a loud noise, laughter, a lot of things can have it fluctuate because you are alive. So the body just responds to all the stimulus it gets. I guess it wasn't something I ever feared. You know, maybe that's the problem. I didn't fear too much.
That's good.
I was a nurse because you told me that. How do you know, little lady? How do you know your blood pressure ain't high? I said, I need somebody to even think about. I know it ain't high. You know, because I don't let a lot of stuff upset me. So I believe more instead of managing and treating something, I believe in avoiding it. So we don't even have to go down that road. So that's more of my goal, to avoid these things. But while I'm thinking, I want to say something about these vaccines. Children are going back to school. That's another one. I know people running to get in school, and they want their children there, and all this stuff. You need to know what these vaccines are made out of. You need to know the manufacturers that's making multi-millions. You need to know about the vaccine court from all the injuries that are sustained that they never talk about. You need to know about the waiver that's there for exemption of these immunizations. And as a parent, you have the right to refuse them. You sign them, and I guess now they got some health educator at clinics that want to talk you, give you the benefits of it. They don't mention the vaccine court and the adverse reactions, because everybody take all those chemicals.
That's
They're
right.
giving that baby and children that way, and even adults. All these chemicals, coal tar derivatives, formaldehydes, other kind of chemicals that's very toxic to your body that stays in there. You need to read up on that. If you love your children, like you say you do, you need to make sure nobody's harmed them, or you're not allowing someone to harm them on your watch. But I did want to say something about the vaccines, and the vaccine waiver is available. I went through nursing, and we never knew about the waiver. We were never taught about that waiver. And after I had graduated and had and worked, in the Flint area, and then moved to Detroit and had taught nursing. And then when I did home care, there was a lady in Highland Park, Michigan, was telling me she got her waiver for her children not to have the vaccines. Really? So I go over to Herman Kiefer. They were open then, and asked about the vaccine waiver, and those people hemming and hawing like I was talking Greek. And I let them know, you gave a lady a form the other day. I started talking louder. Oh, you mean that form? That foolishness. Yeah, that form. So then I start researching it and letting some other nurses know about it. We need to, that's something else we need to be reading up on. What's in this stuff? We are in a war. It's our health, it's our ability, our future that's riding on this thing. If your health is taken, how are you going to enjoy the rest of your days? How are you going to be productive? So this is a serious thing. It bothers me when I think of all the vaccines that are being given, and have read some of the cases in the vaccine courts. It would be interesting to see how many of them are from Michigan.
Yes.
Or how many are from Wayne County. That's something people need to know about. That's newsworthy.
Because Michigan State is a research center.
Yes. They're not by themselves, but yes, they are. They are. Right here in Detroit, they're doing a lot of research. So people need to, you can't be naive. You can't be, bamboozled.
Yeah.
Ran amok, deceived. All that's in there. You need to know. And you have the right to refuse. Michigan is one of the few states, they say, that you can get a waiver on. But if something is so deadly and it's going to take the life of a person or a child, you do have a right to refuse. What they going to do to you?
You need to see that's good to know. You need to know, and it's been a while since we talked about it. But those forms, you need to know that is your right to refuse. Anytime you have something that could be adversely affect to your body, you have the right to refuse it. Nothing can be mandatory if you can prove that it adversely affects you, and you must understand that. Now, because this is very, very, very important, because I know when I was going to school, I remember you go to school and they tell you to take the form home and let your parents sign it, and you go back and you take these shots. Now this was long. I don't even know how I even remember this, but you know, certain things like this you just don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we would go and they would give us, they called it a vaccination.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to cover just about anything, you know. You take this vaccination and you won't have the mumps, you won't have the chicken pox, you won't have none of that. All that stuff that they said I wasn't supposed to get,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting.
And did you hear what you just said? You had to have permission to take it.
That's right. You had
Not to not take it. You had to have permission for you to take it. That's how that law first started out. You had to have permission
You go
to
home.
take
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Now we're finding out all this crap, how harmful it is. So now you need a waiver not to take it. You know, and so people, they need to. And that waiver, you make a copy of it. You keep the original and let somebody else make a copy at the school, but you keep your copy. Keep you a copy and make some more copies of it. For those that's going to sign it in refusal, I'm not speaking to those that want to take it. I'm talking to those that don't want their children at risk like that. Make sure you keep a copy of it that's signed by you and dated. And since now they claim they need a health educator or whoever, physician, doesn't matter, you want a copy because you're going to need copies of that after this fact.
See, that's one thing that the people need to get in the habit of doing. Anytime you get something, you get a copy of it. You always keep the original. Most of the time, every now and then you have to turn the original in. But the way they make these copies now, you can't tell the original from the copies hardly no way.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to you, always keep the original unless it's mandatory that you turn it in. Mm-hmm. And keep you a copy. Mm-hmm. And give you everything that I got a copy of. Most of the time I have 2 and 3 copies.
And don't be fearful because you refused. Don't be fearful because you don't want your child to have all this stuff with the vaccines. They're making them from aborted fetuses. They're making them from all kind of filth. You need to read what the ingredients are that they used. So if you don't want that injected in your child, your baby, you say no for those vaccines. But you need to see the stuff that those that are required for them to have, about 35 of them, you need to see what they're making them out of. You know, nobody likes to talk about that, but that you need to see that.
They don't talk about it because if you did see it, you wouldn't want it in you in the first place. Mm-hmm. That's why they don't talk about it. Because if you see something and you know it's going to be an adverse effect to your health, you're not going to take it. Yeah. So that's why you don't see this information out there like you used to about it. Because this is $1 billion business that they making off taking your health. You know, I'm just going to put it just like it is. You ain't going to hear nobody say it like that. They're going to tell you that they're doing it for your benefit. They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you right on out of here.
They have broken the skin barrier. The skin barrier?
Right.
And broke that. The skin is protecting you, so you're going to penetrate the skin, you know, and then give an injection, okay. And your body is not food, so whatever is foreign, you know, all of it's foreign to the body. All of it is foreign.
And that's why your body rejects it.
You know, or the baby is fretful or is sick or is fevery and you don't know what to do and it's got a high fever, it's nauseated, it won't eat. It was eating before it was given that. Something to think about. Other than a lot of foolishness online.
Yeah, because, you know, I want to go back to this cayenne again that we was talking about, and in this book that I done read a couple of books, different things about cayenne, and most of them say the same thing. But one thing you need to know that cayenne is it's a natural blood thinner. So you don't have to go take no pills. That cayenne, if you're taking that cayenne every day, it's a naturally blood thinner. And what do I mean by blood thinner? When your blood is thick, that's what caused it to collaborate and build blood clog. Just think of it as like a water in a pipe. Say you got a plastic pipe and you got water going through, and you can see the water going through it. If you put cold water in there, you see it gets thicker. As it gets thicker, and the colder it gets, it'll turn to ice. That's how you have to look at your blood running through your veins. Same process. As it gets thick, cold and get thick, but then you get clogs. Same principle. Ain't nothing mysterious about what's going on. They just don't want you to know it.
It's called simple math.
Yeah, oh yeah, simple math.
They just continue to add and add.
Add. Mm-hmm.
Inside.
So, you know, we can prevent a lot of this stuff, but just not participating in it. See, that blood, your blood is the life stream of the body.
That's the life of your whole flesh, your blood.
And if you take care of that, you ain't got to worry about nothing else.
The life of your flesh is the blood. It is the blood. So you want to make sure you're not keeping it filthy with a lot of this crap they selling.
Because, a lot of times your hand might feel numb or something might be feeling numb. You look at it and it be pale. But then when the blood get there, you can see it turn red.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the blood going to that whatever part of the body that it needs. And when you see blood going, that's what it needs. That's healthy. That's healthy for you.
Another thing is with those cuffs, when they were doing some of the blood pressures, I know when we were in training how they would pump it up so tight that it would be painful. Now, what you're doing, you're shutting off blood flow.
So you gotta have a pressure. You can't do nothing but have a pressure.
You're shutting it off, and so as you slowly releases it, and the blood squirts right quick with that first number, you know, that has a lot to do with how that first number is going to be and where. If they pumped it up real tight, you know, because some people have said, hey, you know, you got to pump it up that high, you know, up to 200 or whatever. And their blood pressure runs about 110, you know. Just things that we are doing or allowing. Think about the gadgets and the things we think, you know, that thing is a god, you know. You know, the cuff and the stethoscope, you know. Or the other checking the blood, you know, that thing. When was it calibrated? I'll say that again. Who calibrated it? How do you know it was set equal? How do you know it wasn't designed to be higher? I'm not that quick to believe everything I buy. I bought lemons as a car. Wouldn't, you know, I won't mention the name of the car. Never did have good fortune with those cars, but they were lemons. So how do you know what you bought? Not a lemon. It's a bunch of lemons they produce on the assembly line. So we think these things are just like they're gods. We're worshiping them. You know, if it give us the reading we think it's supposed to be, you know, how did we go for that? But anyway, I just wanted so they would think, something to think about.
No, it's something to think about, and they need to know.
Don't be deceived. You
know, people, you know, it's, I know some of the stuff we telling you is kind of shocking, and you just say it's simple, but it's true. You know, everything we tell you, you can research it for yourself. And one thing I want to say again about these cords, vaccine cord, just think about it. anytime you got something that's so harmful or doing so much, then you got to create a court specifically for that. That ought to let you know that that's something you shouldn't be messing with. Shouldn't nobody have to tell you anything. Anytime they have created a special court just for vaccines,
Yeah.
that's mind blowing. You know, and don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Go look it up. And you see they got vaccine court. Now, you know when you go to court, you know what happens when you go to court. So if they got a court just for vaccines,
And lawyers.
yeah, there's no telling how many diseases and different things have occurred just from the vaccines.
From the vaccine.
That's why they got all these courts,
Yeah.
because they're creating too many adverse effects to the body. So you need to don't just believe us. Check it out.
Pull 'em. Yeah.
Check it out. Do the research. And when you do the research, just don't sit there and just get mad, because you're going to get mad. Ain't no doubt about it, because I was cussing. I don't even cuss. But I was, when you find out the truth about some things and they lied to you all these years and you think you're doing something to help yourself and you taking your health, yeah, that's enough to make you mad. So, call your friends. And when you find out this information, call your friends, call your family members, and let them know, look, this is what I found out. Check it out for yourself. Because we got to spread this. This is the only way we can stop our health from being taken from us, is understanding how they're doing it.
Well, you see the
And
results.
don't participate in it.
You see the results. All this autisms and different kinds of
Yeah.
autism and autistic child and this and that and hyperactive child and this and that, or a dull child. They weren't like that before they got the vaccine.
See, that's something you all, if you're listening, you need to pay close attention to.
No.
They're letting you know that all this autism and all these other kind of diseases and
Heart
different
rate,
things,
yeah.
heart disease and all that, all this has been induced. We're inducing it to ourselves,
Check it.
not knowing
Yeah.
that we hurting ourselves. So that's why we are telling you this. I don't know who, well, somebody just, we ain't got but a couple of minutes. I'm going to take this call. Caller, you on air?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Carl, I want to ask you, do your show come on the YouTube station?
Do it come on what?
Does it come on the YouTube station with WHPR?
Yeah,
I
it
know-
should.
Well, your show short. Can I get it on the YouTube station? Because I missed a lot of it this morning.
Oh, well, I don't, you mean like a rebroadcast?
No, I know some of the shows they have on YouTube. You can go back and watch them again.
Well, you can, I'm not for sure, but you can check it out. And I'm going to check into that, and I'm going to see. But as I know, far as I know now, you can look at it on YouTube. And a lot of people having problems. And the only people that I know that having problems of seeing the show are the ones that on the internet. But just about everybody else, don't seem to have the problem. It's just on the internet, and it's nothing too much I can do about that. Sometimes it could be your phone.
Yes, because I was watching it on the internet,
Okay.
and that's why I was having a problem. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can get us on your phone, on your TV, and I mean anywhere where you can get the internet or TV stations. You should be able to view us, and you can call in. Yeah, because I was wondering. I thought something was wrong with the phones at first, because none of them lit up. But I guess they was taking in the information, and that's good. The more information you take in, take notes, and oh boy, This is, whew,
Yeah.
this is the hour and went by so fast.
That's right.
Well, we got a little bit. We got much as we could in this short length of time, about your health and letting you know that there's a charter commission meeting today at 6 o'clock, the Coleman Young Municipal Center building, or the go down there to City Council. You can go there and make sure you're there at 6 o'clock so you can see for yourself what's going on and you can engage yourself in the process.
And continue to support the station.
Yes, that's
So,
one thing we
don't
meant
like
to
do
say.
that.
Continue to support the station so we can continue to give you the information. Help us help you by sending in donations. It's 160 Victor is the address, Detroit, Michigan, 4822. What I think it's 4822. I'm not for sure.
203.
203.
That's wait, 203.
I think it's 203. So, send your donation in, I have a P.O. box that I'm going to give to you. I'll get that to you next week. So, until next week, we have another interesting and short, hopefully, if we get the right donations, if we could get some donations, we could stay on a extra half an hour or something so we could bring you more information so you could be more informed and we can go over a lot of this stuff and repeat it because sometimes people just turning it on and they miss some of it. So we're going to do what we can, and I hope we have informed you as well as we can, and we want you to use this information. We're not just giving it to you just so you say, well, I know this, I know that. We want you to spread the word amongst your friends, your family members, and that's the only way things are going to change. We have to make the change. If we want to change, we have to make the change. In order to make the change, we have to participate
That's right.
by spreading the word among the people that we know. And you'd be surprised. Every person that spread the word, you'd be surprised. That's how things get out. That's how people get informed. So, with all the technology that we got now, there's no excuse.
None.
So let's get on our job. Yes, it's a job, something that we should be doing. We want to protect our kids. We want to protect our future. This is one way of doing it. This is one way of doing it to prevent all these so-called things that we have. But you don't have to participate. You don't have to self-induce or self-inflict these things that has happened to us not knowing.
Yeah.
See, we was unaware about this here. It's a lot of the stuff that I'm telling you, when we're telling you here, I'm just finding out myself. Some of it I knew about, but, I got to wrap it up now. It was nice and enjoy speaking with you. And until next week, we will bring you more information. And God bless and see ya.
Lord bless you
Betty
all.
and Debbie both need to trim their dog's nails, but Betty's dog hates having his nails trimmed, so she struggles every time. Regular clippers pinch and cut to the quick, but Debbie's dog doesn't mind it at all because she's found a simple solution. Introducing Paw Perfect, the new safe, quick, and easy way to keep your dog's nails trimmed perfectly. Paw Perfect uses a rotary filing action just like the pros do.